Hi, welcome to Brainy Buzz. Today we'll start the third portion of the forms tutorial of the HTML course. So far we have seen the different attributes of the form tag and the input elements like the text boxes, password field, the radio buttons and the check boxes and the submit button also. So today we'll see the reset button. Reset button is basically used to reset your page. Like if you have entered some values in your text boxes or you have selected the some values in the checkbox or radio boxes, but sometimes you feel that you have entered the wrong value, so instead of removing each and every value from the text boxes, you just click on the reset button. The reset button will just reset your page to the original thing, like to the original state it is. So for this reset button we use the type as reset. So the input type should be reset, and I'll just rename the name also over here and the value also. So just save it, and when you just refresh your page you can see a reset button over here. So just when I enter the name as the Lily over here, the address is London, the password may be something ABCD, and for the payment it chooses the debit card button, and the colors it may choose the green and blue. So but sometimes it's like you feel you want to give some other values over here, so for that what you do, you can just reset and your the state of your web page is changed to the original state. That means everything is removed from that. After that we have one more button attribute, one more button type. These are the normal buttons and can be used to trigger the client side functions. Like sometimes you also want to do some functionality on the entered values, so you basically what you can use is, if you want to click on a button, you just want your data to go to somewhere else for the another functionality, or you want some other function to be executed. So for that you use the input type button and the value is click. After that you have the text area. For the address purpose we basically use the text area. Text area is like if you want to add the multiple lines. So I'll just remove this text area thing, and over here I'll just remove it. I'll put text area over here, and I have to close it also. Text area should be defined in the rows and columns form. That means how many rows you want to be displayed in your text box, or it's like for the number of columns. So now supposingly my address will contain the 5 rows and the calls should be 40. So just let's save it and refresh this page. So now you have one text box that is looking a little clumsy over here, because I should write address over here and then I have to put a line break over here to make it look good. So now if you just refresh it, you have the address over here and the password. So now you can type your address. You can just press enter and you can type the address. You have 5 rows and you can type like characters over here. So initially you will set that value, but after that if you have some lengthy address you can have the scroll bar over here by default. So I'll just remove this thing. After that you have label. Label basically sometimes you want to put a label for a particular input type. So till now what we were doing, we were just writing the values over here like name or address like that, but sometimes you want to make as the label, make it as the label over here. So what I can do is I can just write the label over here. Over here we have to mention the for over here means the name, the ID of the particular control that you want to associate this label to. So like I want to put a label for the radio button with the ID red, so this label button will be for this particular input type. So now I want to put the label for the text box. I should mention the ID over here. It will not work for the name thing, so I have to put a ID over here. ID also I can give as the name over here. So I should write it as for name, and then name the value that you want to put in the label, and then just close it. So okay, I'll just remove the initial value over here, save it, and then press F5. Now there won't be any difference, there won't be much difference, but if you want you can put the label over here. Another thing, you have the selected. It's like you should have, when you want a drop down to be present in your web page, then you use the selected tag. This is the way you put the selected tag. That means you want to put the options also. So we have the option tag over here, and in that we have the value. Supposedly I want to display the list of the subjects that I want, so I'll write maths over here and then close it, and then give maths over here, and then close the option button. So when I just save it and refresh it, it's not displaying anything because we have mentioned the name wrong. It should be select, not selected. And just save it and you get a drop down over here. So right now it has only one value. You can also increase the values by putting more options over here. So I've added some values over here. Just save it and refresh it. So now you get a list of the values and you can select from them. Thanks and have a nice day.